Snow fell softly outside the restaurant window, blanketing the streets of New York in silver light. Inside, the hum of laughter, clinking glasses, and holiday cheer surrounded a woman sitting all alone at a corner table. Her name was Olivia Bennett, 34, confident, beautiful, and the CEO of one of Manhattan's fastest-growing companies. But tonight, beneath the shimmer of her diamond earrings and the calm composure she wore like armor, Olivia was simply a woman waiting for a date who was already 45 minutes late. Dizzy the Hook, the empty chair on Christmas Eve. It was supposed to be something lighthearted, a blind date arranged by her assistant, who had begged her to just have fun for once. But as the clock ticked past 9 p.m., Olivia sighed. Everyone around her was paired up. Couples leaned close, hands intertwined over candlelight. She stared at the empty chair across from her and whispered, half laughing, half breaking, "Even my calendar is busier than my love life." The waiter approached. "Would you like to cancel your reservation, ma'am?" Olivia hesitated. Then she smiled faintly. "No, I'll wait a little longer." Outside, the wind howled, but inside, something made her stay. The late arrival. At 9:27 p.m., the restaurant door burst open. A man stumbled in, snow clinging to his coat and hair. He looked around, clearly out of breath, holding a small paper gift bag crushed in his hand. "Are you Olivia?" he asked, his voice deep but nervous. She blinked, surprised by his lack of polish. He wasn't in a suit. His shoes were wet. His hair was a mess. He extended a trembling hand. "I'm Daniel Carter. I'm so sorry I'm late." Olivia studied him for a moment. He wasn't what she expected. He looked more like a man who had run through a storm than one coming to meet a CEO. Still, she motioned for him to sit. "Rough night." Daniel gave a small, embarrassed laugh. "You could say that." Two worlds collide. As they ordered dinner, Daniel seemed awkward, constantly apologizing. He talked about his daughter, Ella, age 6, and how she'd accidentally spilled cocoa on his only clean shirt, forcing him to change. Olivia found herself smiling, despite everything. "You have a daughter?" He nodded. "Yeah, just me and her since my wife passed 3 years ago." Her heart softened. She hadn't expected that kind of honesty from a blind date. "So, what do you do, Daniel?" she asked. He hesitated. "I fix things." "Fix things?" she echoed. "Yeah," he said with a humble grin. "I'm a handyman. I fix leaks, heaters, lights, whatever people need." Olivia blinked. A handyman. Her assistant had told her this was supposed to be a business-level match. Yet, as she looked at Daniel, she didn't feel disappointed. In fact, she felt something she hadn't in years: peace. Christmas tree, a gift from the heart. Halfway through dinner, Daniel slid the crumpled gift bag across the table. "It's not much," he said, "but I wanted to bring something. My daughter helped me make it." Inside was a small ornament. Hand-painted, slightly uneven, shaped like a heart. On it were the words, "Hope finds those who wait." Olivia stared at it, her throat tightening. "You made this?" Daniel smiled softly. "Ella painted it. I told her I was meeting a nice lady tonight, and she said, 'Daddy, give her something that doesn't cost money but means everything.'" For a long moment, Olivia couldn't speak. She had diamonds, power, a company worth millions, but nothing in her penthouse felt as precious as that small, imperfect heart. Cloud with snow the moment that changed everything. The restaurant began to empty as midnight approached. The waiter dimmed the lights, and a soft Christmas song played. Daniel looked down, fidgeting with his fork. "I should probably head home," he said. "Ella waits up for me every year to open one present before bed." Olivia nodded, but something inside her hesitated. "You, a CEO? Everyone must wait for you." She laughed gently. "Not for Christmas." He smiled sadly. "Then maybe this year, you shouldn't be the one waiting." Before she could reply, he stood and thanked her for dinner, humble, polite, and ready to disappear into the cold night. But as he turned, Olivia called out, "Wait." She stood, holding the ornament between her hands. "Would it be crazy if I said?" Dee say softly, but she'd smile. "I know. I want to." One evening, after Ella fell asleep, they stood on the balcony watching the city lights. Daniel said quietly, I'm not used to people like you caring about people like me. Olivia turned to him. You think kindness has a price tag? He hesitated. You could be with anyone. Why me? She stepped closer. Because you showed up when it mattered. You made me wait, and taught me that not all waiting is wasted. Shooting star, the Christmas miracle. Months passed, and the bond between them grew deeper. Then came Christmas Eve again, 1 year later. Daniel had planned something special. He brought Olivia back to the same restaurant where they first met. Only this time, the table wasn't empty. It was covered in hand-painted ornaments, each one made by Ella. The last one read, "Will you be our family?" Olivia covered her mouth as tears spilled down her cheeks. Daniel took her hand. "I may not have riches," he said softly, "but I promise to give you everything that matters." And for the first time in her life, Olivia, the woman who once measured success and profits, found it instead in love, laughter, and a child's simple faith. Dove kindness always finds its way home. Later that night, as snow drifted outside and laughter filled the small apartment, Olivia tucked Ella into bed. "Did you get what you wanted for Christmas, sweetheart?" she asked. Ella grinned sleepily. "Yep, I got my mommy." Olivia smiled, tears glistening in her eyes. "And I got my family." Clapperboard final CTA, faceless channel ending. Broken heart, she waited alone on Christmas Eve. Red heart, but kindness brought her the family she never knew she needed. Cloud with snow sometimes, the best gifts come wrapped in unexpected people. Bell like, share, and subscribe for more real-life kindness stories that restore faith in humanity. Speech balloon comment below. Would you have waited on Christmas Eve for someone who was late?